Good morning to all in PJC. I am back with another Wednesday Mastery of the Middle conversation. And first, I want to say happy Valentine's Day to all. It was actually, I know nobody needs to feel bad for me about this. It was a little too warm for me to wear my Valentine's Day sweatshirt. So it's here with us around my shoulders, but that is it because it's actually quite warm here today, which I am not complaining about whatsoever. Today, I wanted to talk about something that is definitely a part of the same conversation we've had in the past about four pillars. However, this is networking. So it goes along with the foundation of anybody's business and the power of networking. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is it has been so crucial in my background and building businesses that I wanted to spotlight that conversation. And I do believe a lot of people are afraid or do not know how to start networking. So let's let's talk about that. And the reason is my thought process was this is, for example, PJ&C. This group here is amazing. Good morning, Lee. Thank you for joining me. This group is amazing. We have almost 200 amazing women in this group. It's a great place to start. Just networking through this group. Reach out to different members in this group. But what is the purpose? That is the other thing. When we network, there's this misconception that has been driven by a lot of the hard selling and the once I get an audience, I'm going to get a hold of them and I'm going to convince them that they need to work with me. That is absolutely 100%. Oh, thank you, Lee. 100% opposite of the purpose of true networking. It is not supposed to be forced. It isn't supposed to be aggressive, in my opinion, or masculine. If we are truly in alignment with being a female entrepreneur, networking should become a natural topic for us and a natural action for us as well. And the reason being is the more you network, the more your net worth grows. We've heard that so many times, and it just popped up in my head, but it's so true. It's 100% true. So a little bit about my last company. I grew my last company over 15 years, truly on referrals and networking. I was able to work my conversations in about careers, even if it was personal. So I'd ask somebody what they did for a living. And so when they asked me what I did, I told them that I owned a hair salon and that I did the marketing for my salon. I was an educator in my industry. And a lot of times that led to, oh, I could become a client of yours. Absolutely. Now, that is a very simplistic view of what we're talking about today, but I want to give it as an example because that was, to me, my training ground of how to use networking to build my business. Nowadays, I don't have a local audience. I don't have to work specifically within about an hour of my salon. Was a fair thought process behind when I would network. Now, thank you to being online, we have a worldwide audience. I regularly work with people and network with people around the world. For example, the other day I was able to be privileged enough to sit down and network with a gentleman from Rwanda. And I was humbled and truly enthralled with the conversation about what it takes for him to be an entrepreneur in a country like Rwanda for what they had gone through many years ago and where the country has come to at this point in the evolution and the beauty of the country, but the challenges that he goes through. And I just got a chance to sit back. And for that conversation, it made me appreciate so much of what we have. Other conversations I've had are with entrepreneurs from South Africa or from Argentina or everywhere in the world, and I absolutely love it. I look forward to these conversations because it gives us perspective, but it also gives us a conversation that says, hey, me too. I'm going through that same struggle in my business, or I'm looking for somebody that does this. And if you are, I could refer you. Those kind of conversations. It's amazing. But the other reason why is with networking, I've talked about this in the past that our personal group, our friends, family, the people that absolutely love us, they want to see us happy. A lot of times they don't speak the same language when it comes to entrepreneurialism. Having the ability to network, you grow almost like a secondary group. We call it our collective. And within our collective, none of us are responsible for our each other's businesses. We are responsible for our own. However, we are 100% supportive, cheerleading. They're in the corner for that person because we've made that commitment to be there for them the same way they've made the commitment to be there for us. I wouldn't know what to do without that group. That group is everything to me when it comes to if I'm struggling with something in my business, I can turn to anybody in that group and say, I'm having a hard day, or I'm struggling with something. How did you get through it? Or I just need you to listen for a couple of moments. That is the byproduct, or I should say the long-term effect of networking. But it gives us the ability to build. It gives us the ability to build opportunities. It gives us the opportunity to build a network of newer friends, potential people that you'd want to have work with you or work for you, or you work for them, any of the above. But I actually looked it up and there was a whole list, and I apologize if I'm looking down at my phone for a moment, but I thought it was really interesting that when I looked up the list, the very first thing, if you Google networking importance in business, that's all I did because that was the first thing I thought of. The first topic was building confidence. And that made me stop and think. And I thought, oh my goodness, that's so dead on. And here's the reason. When you're networking, you are in the situation that you must talk about yourself. And a lot of times when we work online, we're working on a computer, we're working as solo entrepreneurs. A lot of times in the beginning, we're stuck in building mode and we're stuck in education mode. But when you are networking and you're speaking to others, it is a great segue to being ready for that moment to do sales. I kid you not, it is one of the best ways to nail the conversation of, so what do you do? You're on, you have to talk. So it's a wonderful, wonderful way to get prepared for your next evolution in your business. It is a great opportunity to have, I wrote down, make sure you have your elevator speech, you have your why, which we've talked about many times in this group, and also what are your future goals? This is one that I had not used in the past, and let me explain. In the past, like I said, I was a hairstylist. I owned a hair salon. I was an educator in the industry, 15 years. I actually had a wedding company as well and did over 400 weddings. So I had a great resume, but it was always in the effort of having somebody become my client. It was not ever with the intention, I should say, of becoming a client of theirs. So it was very one-sided way that I needed clientele, not in a selfish way, just in purely in a business way. Now, with my current journey and where I'm at in my company, networking has evolved for me to the point that now I always include, and I want to know somebody else's goals, and I want to include mine. And here's my reason. I have goals for every year. We all do, especially as entrepreneurs. Goals and timelines and projections and breaking down these projections and goals become crucial. One of my goals that I set for myself, for example, for this year, for 2024, is I want to start doing public speaking again. I have a very long history of public speaking. It's something I actually very much enjoy because of the fact of you go into those events with the intention of bringing light or shedding light on a subject or helping somebody see things clear. And I kid you not, every single time, the person that's actually speaking comes away with so much when it comes to feedback, when it comes to opportunities, business alliances. It always happens. About a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, I bravely shared in a group of about 150 people. Although it was not a formal public speaking, I decided to share because at that event, for some reason, all the guys in the room were sharing, but none of the women got up. And I thought, okay, that was my sign. I need to be brave today because again, it was not a planned out speech. It was not something I had practiced. So I got up there and I had shared my viewpoint on the conversation and the homework assignment that we had at that event. And what I was truly, truly fascinated by and humbled by was the fact of the makeup of all of the different individuals that came up to me and said that they had gotten a new perspective. I realized at that time that what we say can be translated by each individual differently. And if anybody could have been there next to me, they would have seen it. It was truly mind blowing. Each person had a different a set of conversation, or I should say, I had a different conversation with each person in regards to what they received from it. And I just was truly amazed by that. And that really made me take into account for the future, now and in the future, that when we network, every person receives something different. So that's why it is so, so important. And in return, we build our own confidence. We build confidence in our companies that we're building. We're building confidence in the ability to stand up and be able to state, this is what I do. This is how I help people. This is what I'm trying to do to make an impact on the world. Any of those, all of those are of the above. And these are my goals for 2024, 2025. For example, public speaking, like I just said, stated a minute ago, I had made the comment to several people that I've networked with in the last 6 months that I was looking to get public speaking on my resume in 2024. I already have my topics. I have my keynote. I have done it many times, but it's been a little while. So I want to kind of like get back on the bike and start riding again. And so I've just keep putting this out there, and the universe and people that are in my beautiful network have come to me and said, hey, there's opportunities. Would you like to do this? Would you like to be involved in this event or participate? Or I had one the other day flying to a beautiful vacation spot for somebody that's in this group, might I add, again, networking. It didn't work out for me because of my son's baseball, but I was so honored and blessed by the fact that she'd made that offer. So the point is to say our goals and to talk about them. Lee, thank you. What you just said is exactly where I was going. Was you're more likely to get them accomplished. Thank you, Lee. You summed it up perfectly, a lot better than I was going to. So thank you for that. So like I said, when you go out to network, make sure you have your elevator speech, your why, and your goals ready to go. Now, don't have them on a piece of paper, but really know them, really feel them, and be passionate about them. And don't be afraid to be personal. The other thing I want to note is the reason why I network so much is I always make a deal with myself every year. If this isn't the year that I'm already making $10 million, which I'm not there yet, I have the ability to network. It is a currency. To me, I look at it as currency. I look at expanding my digital real estate as a currency. I look at building my personal brand as a currency, and I look at networking as a currency. Those are all things that we can do that take time and consistency, but they do not necessarily take millions of dollars. So I have the ability to do those three things to strengthen my company every single day and keep pushing my company to be bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, networking has to have its time and place, obviously. And I would venture a guess that we also have to be careful because it can dominate our schedules as well. I am always battling that because once you start the ball rolling and there is the potential of working with someone, or it could be a potential collaboration or a business alliance, you can start meeting with them more often. So just be careful of balance. That is the one thing I'm saying to myself as well. But there's a lot of other reasons why it always should be a focus, even from day one, even when you're brand new. Do not be afraid to network and say, I'm new. Here's the reason why I'm doing this. These are my goals I'm trying to accomplish. These are the things that I'm looking for. It's a great way for you to vet people and to be able to find anything from an amazing web designer, funnel builder, our personal one, who's in this group. If you do not know her, her name is Jocelyn. We've done a podcast with her, so go back and watch it. I came into contact with her because she reached out to me and wanted to network. No hidden agenda. It was just a conversation. Because of it, when we were ready to launch our new project, it was a no-brainer. I knew we would work with her. We would have her do some of our work. We didn't go to any other companies. We didn't vet anyone else or even price shop. Why? Because I knew her. I knew her work ethic. I knew she would honor our timeline that we agreed on, and it was done exactly the way that we wanted. It's a very amazing process, all because of the power of networking. So there is never, ever a bad opportunity or time to network. It just has to be balanced with work. The other reason too, so this list real quick, I'm going to go through this because we're getting up there in time, but it builds your own brand identity. It provides opportunities, connections. This was the other one. Access to new information. I was like, when I looked at this, I thought, absolutely. When we run across each other, again, another person that's within our collective team, and she's also a member of this group, works with automation and bots. Her name is Georgia. And if you don't know her, reach out to her and do a networking call with her as well. She is incredibly, incredibly talented and educated when it comes to automation and bots. Now, I rely on her expertise in that area, meaning because I have that connection with her, as our company scales, we can add more automation, more technology with the aid of other companies. So I don't personally have to become the expert in every single area of my business. That's another reason why networking is so key. So I hope this was very helpful. I hope this makes networking a part of everyone's agenda now. Please, I'm going to encourage everyone that's inside of PJ&C, if you catch this live or on the replay, make it a goal this week to reach out to 5 people in the PJ&C group. If you want to reach out to myself and Alethea Lee, there's 2. Reach out to 5 people in this group. Set up networking appointments. Have virtual coffee with them, just like I do with you every Wednesday morning. This is technically a part of networking for me as well. That's why it's so important. Lee has one more comment that she added. She's on fire today. I see for myself. Yes, exactly. Professional and personal relationships come from this. So there's never going to be a lose-lose. I will note, though, not everybody is going to be a perfect fit when it comes to, I need to work with this person. Maybe they just end up in the friend category. Awesome, you win. It doesn't matter. Just network. So start within the group. That's why we're building this group. Make sure that you say hello to 5 people, DM them, say, hey, I watched the live. I'm doing my homework assignment that I need to network with 5 people. I am very, very proud to say that I know a good amount of women that are within this group. I want everybody to have that privilege. So network like crazy. Start here, reach out to local groups in your area. There's a ton of networking groups online. There's some that are just female focused like ours, but there's some that have live events also. So look around, network. There's tons of LinkedIn groups. There's tons of Facebook groups. There's so many ways to network without even leaving your office. So I encourage and challenge everybody to have 5 new networking appointments on their book this week or for next week, and just make it a goal every week to have 5 networking appointments. And I guarantee your network or net worth will grow. So go for it. Try it. You never know what will happen from this. And please update all of us if that's something that becomes a very huge part of your success in the future. Drop it in the group. Say, hey, I hit my goal. I did my 5 networking meetings this week, and guess what happened? We want to be your cheerleader inside of this group. So I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing Valentine's Day. I hope everybody is already celebrating. If they haven't, get started. I was very, very honored and privileged to get some flowers last night. It was so sweet and ahead of time, which I love. I think that is amazing. And so I will tell you, I was teasing him that maybe you can take me out for, like a hot dog or a burger tonight for dinner, just joking. But, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to add this about Valentine's Day. I was thinking about this morning. I purposely and intentionally was single after a divorce, which I am very grateful for that time. But there was a couple Valentine's Days there that were completely single. I always took that time to focus on self-care. And I do believe that this day, instead of it being just for couples, it has evolved obviously to celebrating with our girlfriends and all of these things, which I love. But first and foremost, it starts with our own love for ourselves. So I just wish everybody a Valentine's Day on a different level. That I hope this is a day of self love for everyone. So have a great day. Have a wonderful day. And Lee says happy Valentine's Day to everyone as well. And we will see you back Friday morning for another live, a roundtable discussion about female entrepreneurship. And I will see everyone then. Have a beautiful day. I hope the weather is great. Nobody's in snow. Really, really hope no snow. I will see everybody Friday. Have a great day.